Hey, good morning to you. This is Eyes on Smash Bros Radio. Hope you have a good Tuesday morning. About to say Monday morning. Tuesday morning. Tuesday morning. So appreciate you stopping in. Hey, we have a special guest with us today. And I think that he's going to fill a niche. He's going to fill a void because sometimes we take too much for granted, especially when it comes to canines, when it comes to a family member. And because of not having the proper knowledge we need to get an understanding exactly of what's what. So I have Mr. Antuan Carlisle, who is a chief canine consultant of Canine Care Consultant. He is a behaviorist. He's also a trainer. He's also a what are you?
I wear quite a few hats.
Many hats.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I am a dog trainer.
Okay.
I will wear that hat. That's the most familiar.
Yes, sir.
I am an animal behaviorist. I am a canine behavior specialist. I'm a mentor, a teacher. I'm a licensed, certified licensed master life coach. That part I haven't launched or disclosed to many people. I'm still working on me before I hit that stage. But yeah, a lot of things.
Oh, so I got the first scoop of the life coach.
See there, certified master life coach on paper. Yes. Sir.
Get out.
Yes, sir.
You need to have you back on because some of us need.
Hey, I'll be on here as many times as you want me. I will. I'll make myself available to you.
When it comes to the canine, I was raised around dogs. I had pets. Period. From dogs to cats and in between. And so back in the dark ages, we did.
Yeah, you don't look a day over 23, man.
Man, I appreciate you. There were certain things that came natural when it came to having dogs. My grandparents were in the 18, which was not aunts and uncles. They were well knowledge in that any pet that came into the house had to have same type of personality that the family had.
That's smart.
They were not socialized with everybody. There were certain individuals in the family that they had to be socialized with. So before anybody can come up and say, well, I know how to train my dog, we're not saying you don't. We're not saying that. It goes beyond you training your dog.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So
yes, sir.
Even though, for lack of another way, I know how to train my dog or my canine to a certain point when it comes to my family.
Yes, sir.
I know that when I choose a dog, I have to choose one that has my personality. I'm not athletic per se. I'm a coach couch potato. I just work in the yard and I do gardening. That's all I do.
Okay.
So I don't need an athletic dog.
That's right.
I don't need a pit bull. I don't need a shepherd. I don't need a Rottweiler, even though I love them, but they don't fit my personality.
Right.
I take in consideration, too, that when you have a dog that is bred to be a hunter, to be athletic, in his head, and correct me if I'm wrong, in his head, he's already thinking he's the alpha anyway.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
When you speak in regards to a dog with a job,
yes,
such as a hunter, genetically wired to hunt.
Yes, sir.
Yes, that dog understands that that's what he wants to do, but the dog naturally is looking for a leader, right? If you come off as that leader, then guess who he'll hunt for? He'll hunt for you.
Okay.
Right? If you have not come off as his leader, his alpha, one thing that we teach our clients that when dealing with an animal, somebody's got to be alpha, whether you want to or not. And a lot of clients are like, oh, that sounds like too much work, or I don't want to do all that. I just want a buddy. Okay, well, go right ahead. It doesn't matter what you want. The dog understands somebody got to lead. And that's how we end up in the position that we're in. You choose not to lead. You choose to have him as your equal. And then he's going to say, okay, well, I guess I got to lead. Then now he's leading. And we don't know how we get in that position. You see what I'm saying? So when he first comes to you, a lot of times people think that you're looking for a friend, a buddy, and that kind of thing.
And that's all well and good.
Right.
But there's much more to that.
That's right, because ideally what he's looking for primarily is a leader like the one he left. He left his mom. There were structured discipline, boundaries, rules.
Right.
And so when he comes to you, that's what he's looking for. Well, when he come to us, we're like, oh, how can we serve you? Well, he's like, man, I was looking for a leader, not a servant. But since I have one, I'll be the leader, you be the servant, and then a year from now, you're going to call the trainer. Because I'll be running your kingdom and your home the way I want to run it, and not the way you wanted to run it. Well, in my opinion, you should have told him how you wanted to run it in the beginning. He never would have gotten that position, and I wouldn't have to redo and undo things that you put in place.
In the short period of time since you walked in, when you have a relationship with a dog, with a canine, it is similar to having a relationship with members of your family, because there's boundaries that you have to set up. And each member of your family has a role that they play. Some families don't set up those boundaries for what, and that's fine, and that works for your family.
If it works.
In my family, I was taught that you are to respect the elders. I was taught that you stay in your lane, you accept your lane, and that's how I'm now. I know where I'm supposed to be. I don't have a problem where I'm supposed to be. I enjoy where I am.
Come on. Right.
But also understand, too, that with me being the eldest of the grandchildren, or the oldest, the first,
it's hierarchy, rank.
There's certain things that are required of me, whether I want it or not. That ain't the point, because my grandparents in the 18, they didn't want to hear your excuse. These are your rules. These are your boundaries. You're going to follow them, and if you don't, well, you're going to be consequences. I didn't like consequences. That's why I don't have a problem with my place. I accept my place. I enjoy my place. I stay in my place.
How'd that work for you? How'd that type of system work for you?
No problem, because I knew what was expected.
See there.
I knew the boundaries.
And you might as well teach my class.
So when it comes to the canine, it's the same way.
Same thing. I've been teaching that for years. I've been telling people it's the exact same thing. The only difference between the relationship that a human being has with an animal and the relationship a human being has with another human being, God gave us dominion over the animal.
Yes, sir.
We don't have a dominion over people.
Yes, sir.
You follow me? So the thing about it is, you bring this dog into your kingdom, you already have to have policies and prerequisites and things set in place. Then the dog just plugs in, right? You never, in no society, do you take the citizens, plug them in, then build the rules around it. Well, that's what most of my clients do constantly, right?
Yes, sir.
So if you don't have the rules, you don't have the boundaries, you don't have the structure and things in place, when that dog comes into your kingdom, he's looking like, man, somebody got to get this place in order.
Right.
Well, he's going to set it in order the way he likes it. Well, that's fine until you don't like it. And then the first thing you're going to say is, hey, man, I'm buying your food. I'm giving you somewhere to live. I bought you. I'm buying your toys. Well, all that was understood in the beginning. Nobody said that we had to get to this place.
Correct.
The problem is, when we get a dog, we're so needy. And alphas aren't needy. They're needed.
Please say that again.
Alphas aren't needy. They're needed. So if you're going to be an alpha over anything or anybody,
right,
you got to have value. You got to be the prototype. And that's what alpha means. A lot of people think when I say alpha, I'm talking about this whole, I'm the boss.
Right.
No, it ain't got nothing to do with that. It's not a power struggle.
Correct.
I don't have to struggle for my power.
There you go.
You understand? I just walk in who I am.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Right.
And once you know who you are, you get influence. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And then all you have to do is just look around, and what you need just gets done. Because you have value to the people around you.
Correct.
You understand?
Right.
I don't give value telling everybody what to do.
Right.
I bring the value to the table. Then those that are around me, dogs included,
See?
They're like, man, how can I help you? So when your dog sees you like that, training's easy.
Right.
It's easy to ask them to do something if they're doing it automatically already because of who you are.
Right.
But you got to know you're the one.
Now, is there a certain breed that is harder to train than others?
Absolutely. Human being. I never have an issue with dogs. No, dogs already understand submission to authority.
Correct.
They still have the design God gave them. Us, we change the design. We forget who in charge. You follow me?
Right.
Dogs don't forget who in charge. The problem is they never knew who was in charge because you never was in charge and you never knew you were supposed to be. So my goal is to teach you, hey, this is your house. You're supposed to be in charge.
Right.
You may say, well, people supposed to know that. I know. I spent a lot of years not being in charge till I found out that I'm responsible for everything. I said, oh, man, I should have been got the hold of this. Right?
So it was an awakening.
See there? And so my job is to awaken everybody
Right,
to
right,
this same authority, this same thing that we need to walk in.
right.
Because at the end of the day, we're responsible for a lot of things and people, and we
Correct.
don't know it. But the blood's still gonna be on our hands because if this dog bites somebody, nobody's gonna call his cell phone.
Correct.
They're gonna call me.
Right.
You follow me? So since I know that, let me go and get ahead of this. Hey, don't bother him. He okay? He my dog.
I'm worried about you. I'm not worried about
There
him.
you
I'm
go.
worried about.
And guess what? He's perfectly okay with you not petting him.
Thank
because
you.
he loves for me to pet him. He loves to run and play with me, but he don't really care if you
But
pet
see,
him or
you
not.
brought up the point about, because see, we take for granted that we can pet and talk to every dog out there.
Right.
But see, you use the analogy
Mm-hmm.
as a grandchild or
Right.
a niece or nephew and all,
Right.
and it fits into place. Why would you talk to my dog without my permission?
Right.
Because do you think I'm going to allow you to talk to my child without my permission? Would you not come and ask me? Well, if you respected me first,
There
you
you
would
go.
ask me.
See there. That's the problem right there. Listen, let me tell you a quick story. I was fighting mad. I'm going to tell you. I was in the Galleria with my kids one time. Well, actually, it was my son at the time. My daughter wasn't born. He was probably about 1.5 years, 2 years old. Standing at the little hibachi in the food court in the Galleria, right? So I'm looking up at the menu, and I'm looking, right? And all of a sudden, I look down, and my son with a toothpick eating a piece of chicken, right? I said, whoa, where you get that from?
Oh,
so you know
man.
me, right? I said it real loud. Hey, where you get that from, boss? That's what I said to my 2-year-old. Because I want everybody to see this, because everybody going to learn today. Because if he would have fell out this thing dead because he was allergic to chicken, we would have had a problem.
Thank you.
Now, what possessed you, being probably 3 times my age, to turn around and hand my child some chicken with a toothpick now?
And
Right.
you could have choked on the toothpick.
See there, you need to come to my dog training class. See what I'm saying? Because that was out of order. But people don't know or don't care. Well, people got to start caring. We got to all start caring about the next person. So I teach dog etiquette, right?
Right.
Most of my clients, they all say, man, this stuff for humans. Yeah, I know. God didn't put you in path with me by no dog.
Thank you.
He put you in my path because you needed some more.
Thank you.
Right. Praise God, it's through a dog.
Right.
But, yeah,
Because it's similar.
it's the same. See, you ain't catch the
See?
message either.
See?
See? Man, look, we trying to help people. We trying to change lives all over the world. And if I have to do it through a dog, that's what we're going to do.
See, I'm tired of you, DeJuan, and everybody else making my head hurt because it's common sense.
That's my boy. Where he at? I miss him.
Oh, he's on his way.
He better hurry up.
He's on his way.
All right.
Because he's opened the door a lot, especially when it comes to the bully connection.
Yes. And we appreciate that.
And
shout out to DeJuan.
because, see, it's not that I don't like Judge Judy, because I do.
Mhm.
I just hate the, I'm about to use that word.
I didn't say it, guys.
The lady.
Right.
I use that term loosely.
Right. I got
When it comes to canines,
you. Mm-hmm.
as in every family, you're going to have, every family has that wild
one.
uncle,
That one. Right.
the crazy one that gets drunk and we laugh at him because he's stupid. Then we have, if you're a Southern family, you always have that crazy one. If you had an attic, they always live in the attic, and we always bring them down during Thanksgiving and holidays and all because we love them and we want everybody to know that this is the crazy one.
Okay.
So, as in the canine, you're going to have pretty much the same.
Uh-huh.
So, yes, there are bad pit bulls, granted. Even Labradors have bad Labradors.
You think so?
Well, I don't know. I don't, but I don't want to single out just one.
I agree.
But back during the Dark Ages, we had the Doberman Pinschers, we had
Right.
the Chows, we had the Rockwilders,
Chow.
we had the Shepherds that were the blacklist because they were aggressive, because they were domineering, because they were all of this. And it was true. And now we have it to where those same dogs are being trained as police dogs.
That's right.
But yet they were on the blacklist. We ain't getting into that because that's a different subject matter. But anyway, DeJuan has opened the door and an avenue to me in that I already knew that there were certain breeds that's going to get a negative. But Judge Judy just adds to the, anyway.
Right.
So with you being here, with DeJuan being here, it is my hope, and I'm claiming it,
That's what
that
we do.
the knowledge is going to be put out there. Because with you coming on, adding another dimension
Oh, wow.
to
Thank you.
the arena, and then with DeJuan here establishing the Alabama Power Bully Connection, and then all the activities that he has, it's my hope that people would get a better understanding that yes, this is a pit bull, but he's a breed, he's a canine of the bully. And just as any family, you're going to have those individuals like, damn, it's Thanksgiving and we got to have these folks coming up. It's the same way when it comes to dogs.
That's right. That's right.
And so, and the way that I'm tired of you because every time you bring people on, you make my head hurt because now I'm learning too, and it was common knowledge, when you have a dog that is trained properly and correctly, that is similar to the way that it is when it's supposed to be. And if it's not, that's your family.
Right.
When it's supposed to be in your family, because you have to have boundaries. You have to have rules and regulations. And everyone has to know their place in that relationship.
That's the most important part. Let me address something. You mentioned that family member in the act, right?
Yes, sir.
That family member that everybody is warned about.
Right.
Before you get there. You know what I found out about that family member time and time again?
Nothing wrong with them.
That nobody's built proper relationship with.
That's it.
Nobody has told them what's acceptable and what's unacceptable. Instead of telling them what was acceptable and unacceptable, they called them crazy. They said that they were weird or all these things, and now they have this complex that they believe. They believe what you've spoken over them. And so the same thing with these dogs, and the same thing with the kids. I hate to hear a person says, "Oh, he's so bad." Well, he's gonna be what you say he is and what you make him. So just like a child, you train up a dog in the way that he should go.
Right.
So whatever he is, you kind of made him that way. Your dog is typically a reflection of you. So guess what? A lot of times when I find clients bring their dogs to me, and their dogs are breaking every rule in the book, a lot of times that client comes to my facility breaking all the rules. I have a sign about 420 feet away from my facility on my driveway that says stop. Well, you passed that sign, I already know why your dog messed up. Because you don't follow rules either. You don't follow rules either. And so
something simple.
Yeah, everything I do simple. I don't have time for complexity.
People don't like simplicity.
Yeah.
They want complications.
They say, I can't believe I just paid you this much money to tell me something I already knew.
Well, if you knew the shit.
Come on now.
See, that's
why I'm 6-figure dog, man. See
that? See?
I'm not gonna argue with nature.
There you go.
I'm not gonna argue with the order of God. I'm not gonna argue with. Hey, somebody's supposed to be leading, somebody's supposed to be following. Yeah. Society want to be a bunch of leaders.
That's
leader. Okay, well y'all have that. I'm gonna sit over here. Nobody got to know what I'm doing with dog training. Just know I'm still here. And just like I've been around for 20 years, I'll be around for 20 more years. And you better holler at my dog, because he'll still be here with me.
Is there a criteria that you use when you have new clients to come in?
Yeah, it is. It is. I basically let my clients know that everyone has to go through the evaluation process. It's a 2-hour process. When they come, we do an evaluation and an analysis on the dog, the situation, the client. Everybody's getting evaluated, and mainly the client. The client starts getting evaluated on the phone when they call. Ooh. I find out if you listen, if you're teachable, if you follow instructions, you get what I'm saying. If you want to be argumentative, because I don't never get paid enough to argue with anybody. If I got 30 dogs and 0 behavioral issues, and you have one and you're getting drove up the wall, then I'm definitely not gonna argue. You see what I'm saying?
Waste of time.
It's simple. Yeah. It's simple. Hey, this is what I allow at my home. Hey, plug in. That's so simple. You can't let the guests create the rules.
Woo.
You're already not a leader because you don't have them there in the first place. So there's no rules for the dog to follow.
Thank you.
So you can't ask me why the dog ain't following the rules. Ain't none. Right? That's your first problem. So what we teach is governmental structure in the home. If I can get governmental structure in your home, the issue is going to go away altogether with your dog, your son, your daughter, your husband, your wife, everybody.
Because you set up the boundaries and the protocol.
You know this ain't nothing about dog training, right?
Exactly.
6-figure dog man says, I just like dogs.
Exactly.
Right.
So this is
why you always bring these folks making my head hurt?
Because, man, this is a whole community.
Because it's common sense when I sit back and I was like,
it's simple.
Now, we can't let everybody know it's coming. Now, then you're going to put me out of business. I'm going to be a DJ. I'm going to be your new DJ. Hey, six-figure DJ. Yeah. And even if I was a DJ, I'd still be the one. See there? See
Exactly.
there? I still, because anything I put my hand to is going to prosper because I care about people.
Right.
And I care about people more than I care about these dogs.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
Right.
truth of the matter, right? Because a righteous man, in order to be righteous, he got to care about the life of his beast. That's Proverbs, right? So before you can even call yourself righteous, you got to care about your animal. So is the animal the focus? Yeah. But we can't do nothing with that animal until we get leadership in order. Until we get the person on the other end of that leash together. The dog a lost cause.
Yeah.
How do I know? Because he act up at your house and he act good at my house.
Exactly.
What does that have to do with children? Same thing.
Same thing.
Send
Same
him on.
thing.
The same reason why children act different at grandma's house and act different at your house, because the liberties are different.
That's it.
Different structures, different liberties, different leadership.
What you do at grandma's house.
See?
You know what I'm saying?
It's going to be different. And are we talking about abuse? Are we talking about beating the hell out of a dog? No, that's not what we're talking about.
No.
We're just talking about timely and effective, respectable consequence.
Correct.
Whether that be looking at them or whatever it is. But you got to slow down.
Oh, shoot.
You
the
got to
look.
slow down.
Mm-hmm.
Because I forgot about the look.
See that?
Because the look, you
The
can
look.
do the same look with your dog.
Where we going to go with all this old school teaching that still works?
They
See,
don't use
do
it no
you
more,
know?
man.
Do you know? Watch this.
They don't use
Watch.
it
Let me
no
tell
more.
you something. How common do you hear about dogs eating chargers, AirPods,
All the time.
you name it,
All
church
the time.
socks?
All the time.
I mean, emergency vet visits. I know your clients
Yeah.
call you about
All the
emergency
time.
vet visits. Now, let me ask you something. Back in the old days, how often did you have to take a dog to the emergency vet?
Never.
Exactly.
Huh?
Never.
How often did you even have these behavioral issues?
Never.
Society has gotten worse. I'm sticking to my guns. I'm gonna stick to what works. And what my clients typically do, they go all over the town, all over the state, going everywhere just to come to me. Cause see, a lot of places are gonna fix a lot of things, but ain't none of them gonna get to the root. See, it's not acceptable in society to blame yourself.
Correct.
So you're gonna go to the trainer that's gonna blame the dog, or the breeder,
Yeah.
or the vet, or the no, I'm gonna blame you. So don't come here if you don't want me to tell you that. Cause that dog was fine before he got to your house.
That's right.
That dog was fine before he came to your house now.
Correct.
You're not gonna tell me nothing different. Dogs ain't born pulling the leash. They're not born barking excessive.
Correct.
They're not born jumping up on you. A lot of them wasn't doing none of that before they came to your house.
That's the worst thing.
Correct.
I do not like the dog jumping on.
And you probably don't have it either.
No.
So, I
so
mean,
people that have it usually like it.
to piggyback off what you just said, how would you show a new dog owner or tell a new dog owner how to show their dog love without having those behavior issues?
You
just
got to
said
first
about?
define love.
Mhm.
That's the first thing you got to define love. What is love? Well, let's say what love is to a dog. And I'll let you tell me if it's the same thing for him. Love to a dog is discipline, boundaries,
Structure.
rules, structure, right? That's what love is to the dog. Boy, I ain't saying nothing about baby talk. I ain't
I
saying nothing
agree.
about no excessive petting. I ain't
agree.
saying nothing about all that rubbing and all that foolishness. The dog don't care nothing about. He don't do him pee on himself when you do it.
But see, a lot of new dog owners, that's what they associate.
Because
that
we
love
feel
with.
that that's what we feel
know what
like
I'm saying?
love is. But guess what? Now, with a human, what is love?
Same thing.
Same.
Thank you. But we have a skewed a perception of what love is with humans and dogs. And with humans, we think love is spoiling,
Yes.
right? Lots of new video game consoles, the newest outfits, right? All this stuff. But you missing the love ball altogether.
Exactly.
Which is why he gonna grow up spoiled to death and hate you
Hate
because
you.
you ain't never showing real love.
No structure, no discipline, none of that.
Now he got to get him somewhere else.
The street.
And then you're gonna be wondering why he calling somebody else mama or dad.
Yeah. Correct.
See that?
That's true.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So how do we let our dog down in the same way? The same way, spoiling him, making him think that the world revolves around him, for him to go around there and get hit by a car because he thought the world revolved around him. Stray dogs don't be getting hit by no cars like that.
No.
No. Them be humanized animal.
Yeah.
Them be somebody pet.
Yeah.
A stray dog still got natural sense God gave him.
Exactly.
They don't think the world revolves around. But when you spoil your dog, you tell them world revolves around. You can do anything. And you're going to live. You can run out there in the road. You can eat up this charger that makes no sense, has no nutritional value, and nothing instinctually told you to do it. You're humanizing that you got from your owner told you it was okay to eat that. Stray dogs don't, watch this. You ever seen a stray dog just be destructive for no reason? Watch your foot, boy.
No.
I know you ain't. People would argue that. Oh, stray dogs tear up trash. No. Slow down. Have you ever seen a stray dog be destructive?
No.
No, because they don't exert energy on nothing.
Exactly.
If you see them tear up something, it's for nutritional value because they're hungry.
To eat, yeah.
Only humanized dogs just tear up stuff for no reason. No, ain't no natural dog doing that.
Right.
Natural dogs ain't choking on socks because they ain't got no nutritional value. They ain't got no reason to put no sock in their mouth. That's human stuff. We teach our children and our dogs to do stuff that makes no sense.
So how would you go about breaking some of those issues? Chewing charges, for, like I said, for example, and eating socks.
Let me tell you where you're going to start. Mm-hmm. You're going to sit down with your family. And y'all going to create governmental structure. You're going to write down literally on paper. This is who we are and what we believe in. Mm-hmm. This is what we deem acceptable and unacceptable in the home. And everybody else in this meeting going to sign off on it. We don't allow dogs on the bed. We don't allow dogs eating charges. We don't leave charges around for the dog. Mm-hmm. And if we do, because I don't puppy-proof my house, we don't let the dog be in there unsupervised. Because you put him in an independent state to create his own rules. Right. So if you're going to have him in there, leave your charger where it's at. Mm-hmm. But you be there as the alpha to provide help, to guide him and show him what's acceptable and what's unacceptable in this room. You go sniff the charger. Sniffing leads to licking. Licking leads to chewing. Yeah. Chewing leads to trouble. Let's skip all that. When you go sniff my charger, I'm going to say, not you, take off. We're making an example.
And see, what is your dog's name?
Take off.
He's trained Takeoff in French. Mm-hmm. Yeah. French.
Yeah, you know a little broken French.
Exactly.
We train in Spanish, French, German, English. We can make up stuff. I can have him attack you when you say hamburger, whatever you want to do. Mm-hmm. Yeah, whatever you want to do. I just don't need people trying to tell my dog what to do, and then he bite them and then.
See, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of you.
Amazing, man.
Oh, man, don't go that far now. Man. Don't go that far now.
See, I be trying to enlighten my Unc, man. Let it go, man. It's more to it than meet the eye. You know what I'm saying? It's sort of like a transformer.
See, when I retired in 2013, I retired so that way I could sit my behind at home. Mm-hmm. I was tired of learning.
Right.
Because, see, I didn't have a break during summer.
Right.
I was always in school. I always wanted to be better than most.
Yeah,
right.
So I didn't, so when folks say, well, teachers have vacations, I'm wondering, what vacation?
Where?
I'm back in the damn school. I'm learning. Yeah. So when I retired in 2013.
But you the most talked about teacher from Huffman High School.
See there?
You know what I'm saying?
You a legend.
Your work, your work speaks for itself.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
See, that's why I'm tired. I wanted to go home and stay put.
You don't get to do that.
No.
Do you know how many times I tried to give up dog?
Oof.
They won't let you.
They
won't let you.
Because, see, 2 years ago, Ralph out of the blue, Ralph Mobley, who is the owner of Smash Bros. Radio, called me out of the blue, asked me was I ready to come out of retirement. I said no. He was saying, well, what about doing a morning show? I said no.
No, get up early.
You know you're talking to him because, see, I'm dipsy.
Yeah.
I'm just as dipsy, and, I'm here sometimes, here I'm not. I'm just in my own little world half the time.
Yes, sir.
I'm an introvert. I like being by myself. I hate humans. I think most humans should die and go to hell. So
not to
hell. So
kind of like Dave Chappelle there, right? Die, go to hell.
So when he called me to do this is not me per se.
But you're the one.
But I'm one.
See?
And so God gave me this through Ralph.
Try to duck. He tried to.
So I tried. So now I'm here. So the 5 friends that I have called me and they found out, and they get on conference calls. Mm-hmm. We can't do independent. They want to do conference calls, especially the damn judge in Atlanta. He called everybody and said, guess what? They said, well, what has Hoomes done now? I said, why is it that I have to be the one? They said, because you dipsy.
Because you're the one.
You're the one.
See there?
Exactly.
Ain't that right?
And it's easier once you realize it, though.
See?
I don't want to realize it.
But you ain't got no choice.
You don't always go through that.
You got no choice.
Yeah. Once you realize it, it's easier.
So the judge said, tell him what you're doing. I said, I'm not. He said, well, he's on a radio show. Mm-hmm. It got quiet. I said, why y'all quiet? They said, Hoomes, you don't like nobody. I said, I know. They said, but you on a radio show. They said, is it taped or live? The judge said, listen to this. It's live on Facebook.
Oh, wow.
They said, who was the one that did that? I told him. They said, does he know you?
Man, imagine being called to take up a trade in life coaching with a messed up life, or a life that you feel is messed up?
Right.
How do you think it feels for, and I asked a real good friend of mine, Mitch Love, shout out to Mitch Love. I said, man, what I look like answering a call to be a certified master life coach with a life like this? He said, you look like a life coach with experience. I said, wow, very good point.
That's exactly what it is.
Very good point.
That's exactly.
And so I own it. Like I said, that's something we're gonna work on a little bit later. But I accept. I accept because I've had too many clients call me crying, like literally dog training clients call me crying, saying that our phone consultations, our nuggets that we went over, has literally repaired the relationship between her and her daughter.
Wow.
Literally have had husbands saying that he literally told me his wife said that she's going to stay now because she's noticed the change in him since we started dog training. These are real testimonials in writing. So how can I let that go?
Yes, sir.
How can I let dogs go when that's going to change people?
Correct.
When that's going to help people? So if God called me to help people and change people around the world, one dog at a time, then I'm game.
So that's your vehicle.
Yes. That's exactly what it is.
Because see, I never thought. But relationships are relationships. Whether it's a family, whether it's with friends,
one submitting to another,
whether it's associates, whatever. Relationships are relationships. Each has a boundary. Mm-hmm. Each has protocol. Mm-hmm. Each has structure. Mm-hmm. Each has do's and don'ts. And then when it comes to your
unless
pets,
you don't have one.
You're right.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But it's true. So when it comes to training your dogs, like you were saying, you start with the problem first, which is a human being.
And the people think the dog's the problem.
Right.
And I tell them, I can't even address your dog because I just sat here for 20 minutes, watch you do everything wrong.
Right.
So before I can address the dog, I can't.
Because if you train the dog and then the individual stays the same, you wasted your time.
And your money.
And your money.
And I tell them I can't give it back. It's already the Alabama power.
See?
It's already gone. It's already gone.
Yeah.
So it's right, man. It's relationship. If you have a relationship, if you don't have those components that you just named, you don't have a relationship. You just don't. And some people would argue that I don't have a relationship because you don't see me doing all the baby talking, loving and kissing and hugging and all this other stuff. You don't know when I do that with my dog.
Correct.
There's a time and a season and a place for everything.
Right.
When we out working, we working.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So he ain't flipping and running and trying to, and that bring on a whole nother something. We'll talk about that later. Go ahead.
We want to talk about the importance of giving your dog a job. How important is that to your dog?
Man, it's huge.
Mm-hmm.
It's huge. Mm-hmm. Every single dog on the planet, including yours,
I agree,
needs a job.
I agree. I just wanted to hear it from another dog.
They need a job.
Yeah.
So, what is that job? Okay, let's take my dog, for instance, okay? My dog is finished in basic obedience, advanced obedience, personal protection, premises protection, right? Executive protection. That's him going into buildings with me as a protector, a paid employee, right? So you think he worried about how quick he can get you to pet him?
No.
And he know he on the clock.
Yeah.
You think he concerned about all that? No, he look like every other service dog you ever seen in your life. At the gallery, at the doctor.
Right.
They act like don't nothing exist. They ain't even look at you. Because how I'm going to do my job and focus on this person who has diabetes and I need to smell his blood when they get out of order while I'm worried about you petting me. So see, what people don't understand is how I create this dog. I create this dog for me, for my purposes.
Right.
Right? It ain't for your purpose.
Correct.
And I tell people all the time, you want to pet a dog? Let's get you one. And if you want to pet this one, ask me, and he'll allow you to pet it. He'll deal with you petting. He don't care nothing about it. I'm the source. You don't think nowhere else the source. And if we ever figure out that God is our source, right? It's the same concept. If your children never understand that you're the source, they'll listen to what you tell them to do.
Yes, sir.
But they're getting too much from everywhere else.
Right.
And that ain't everywhere else problem. It ain't everywhere else fault. It ain't peer pressure fault. It's your fault. They met you before they met peer pressure. So all this stuff that I be putting in place with these dogs before we ever get into training, that's what it's for. Training is very important. But you ain't got no relationship first. You got a problem. Like I told you earlier, it's just like a coworker telling another coworker what to do.
Right.
they probably not gonna do it. Does
I
that
don't-
mean they don't know how to do it? That mean they're not trained?
No.
Does that mean they don't know what the command mean? That mean you have no place to be telling me what to do.
Exactly.
So if your dog sees you as their absolute equal, their buddy, like you, like a lot of people like to create, he gonna do it if he feel like it.
Yeah.
Or if the treat good enough, if he hungry. My dogs do what I say do just because they want to please me. And guess what I do to somebody that makes my space comfortable and pleases me? I'm gonna make sure they straight. He get rubbed more than your dog get rubbed, but I got order and structure to it. So he beat and did something before he got petted, and not getting petted for nothing. Writing all these free checks. That's why the dog won't work, because you write too many free checks.
So your dog is training you.
Man, you want to throw a bunch of money at me to train a dog? Okay,
Man.
but you're gonna have to do what I tell you to do,
Yeah, exactly.
because he's gonna just be trained. And a lot of people say, well, how do I get him to perform for me the way he performed for you? It ain't me he performing for. It's authority he performing for. Leadership he performing for. An example. As soon as you be that, I promise all your issues. I had a client just recently signed up. Shout out to Rich. Before he had his first phone consultation with me, he signed the contract. Before he had his first phone consultation with me, nowhere near training session, guess what he called me and told me the other day? And he said he's going to do it on video. He said, man, this is quickly becoming the best investment I've made this year. He had only been in an evaluation with me a week ago. So before he did his first phone consultation with me, he said, man, my dogs are practically fixed. He said, man, almost all the issues gone just because I changed how I operate in my home.
Wow.
Now, he's still going to finish paying me the rest of that money. And we're going to finish training.
Right.
But,
right,
man,
right.
that's huge. There's got to be some truth to it.
Yes, sir.
And for those that are naysayers and don't believe the truth,
You don't even worry about them.
I promise I ain't.
You don't
I
even
just
worry
found
about
out,
them,
hey,
man.
I just found out I was a legend in the city, and I ain't even know.
You ain't gotta worry about that.
I swear I didn't know.
That's to let your work speak for itself, man. You
I
know
did
what I'm
not
saying?
know. Even the new cats and dogs, that's big time. They think I'm the OG.
That's
I'm
what
the
you
cats
are.
me out with these
That's what
dogs,
they
and I
call
ain't
you.
even know it.
That's what they call you.
I
man.
didn't find out the right around time I met you recently. Praise God.
Exactly.
Because no glory go to me. I'm just trying to help people, bro. And fix a few dogs in the meanwhile. That's the goal. And shout out to Smash, brother. I appreciate you having me on, man. This has been
Man.
amazing.
We're here.
I'm here too.
In my show, especially
Uh-oh.
the platform that I have, is just open. So, if there are issues, if there are events, if there are anything that's going to benefit and help the community as a whole, the platform is here. I appreciate DeJuan coming on. This is such a 10th?
Yeah. Like I said, it's all about creating opportunity and giving everybody the same
Right.
opportunity.
And man, we appreciate that, man. We appreciate it. I take advantage of it. Hey,
Yeah, because
I'm
like
here.
I said,
I'm here
mean,
for it.
a lot of people will get the same opportunity and be like, no, I ain't inviting nobody but me on. Me, it's just me,
That's
me,
right.
me. But like I said, man, if you give me the opportunity, I'm going to try to get as many people as I can. You know what I'm saying? They share their testimony. Because
Right.
everybody's testimony is different. And people can take examples from everybody's story. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's right. I wanted to tell you too, man. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Shout out to Smash Bros, all the partners involved, man. You're doing an amazing thing, and man, I pray God bless this place, man,
Thank
like
you.
never before.
We accept
Man,
it and claim it.
You got it. You got it. You have the name that you have for a reason, and you are the one. You ain't gonna be able to fight it. When you give someone like myself or DeJuan this platform, so that any of God's people get help, He got you. You straight. This right here, this legacy, it ain't never going nowhere.
Right.
You keep doing what you're doing, man. You the one. I
Appreciate
thank
you.
God for you, man. I thank God for you.
Thanks so much.
Yes, sir.
So to close it out, there's a consultation, is a telephone.
Yes, there is a telephone number. You can give us a bark at 205-718-9738. You can Google Six Figure Dog Man. That's SIXFIGURE DOGMAN. You can literally Google that, and everything about me will come up. Testimonials. You won't find one bad review in over 20-some years. You're not going to find it. In fact, I got 2 clients that may be disgruntled with me, and that's a big may in 20-some years.
Wow. And that's
So-
six figure
Dog Man.
dog.
And that's a name. Don't
Okay.
nobody try to rob me, because you're going to get it. And I ain't talking about from me. It's going to be from God.
Yeah,
See,
you know, they
so,
know, they know.
but yeah, man, seriously, man, I thank God for the opportunity, man. But yeah, anybody that wants to reach out, give us a bark at 205-718-9738. You can Google Six Figure Dog Man. We are that on Instagram. You can Google Canine Care Consultants. That's our kennel. I mean, that's our facility. That's the Carlisle compound.
Mm-hmm.
We have a 5-acre facility in Pinson where we do boarding, training, so on and so forth. Yeah, Instagram, YouTube, Six Figure Dog Man Carlisle, TikTok, you name it. If you Google that name, you'll find it. You'll definitely
Six
find it.
figure.
Yes, sir.
Man. So they go through a telephone interview first, and then they come in for the actual consultation.
Yes, and that's where they'll schedule their evaluation. A lot of people want to call me and ask me about prices, and I tell them I don't really talk numbers over the phone. There's no way for me to price how much it's going to cost for me to fix you.
Correct.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So I tell people it's like you call the emergency room. Hey, my head's hurting. How much is it going to cost?
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know if you was in a car accident yesterday, if you ate
Right.
9 pork chops last night while your head hurting. I don't know. But I don't have a way of telling you why your dog is, how much it's going to cost to fix your dog.
Right.
Or you.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But when you come in for that 2-hour evaluation, I will promise you this. You'll know more about your dog and dogs in general than you ever have in your life. And I guarantee that no matter how old you are.
Right.
Because the insight that God has given me, I know it. I know everybody don't know it, or else the society wouldn't be in the issue in the issue and the shape it's in.
Correct.
So I'm gonna keep teaching to anybody that want to know it. So if anybody heard or saw something that interests them or intrigues them about me or what I teach, hey, don't hesitate to call. I'm very reachable. Very reachable.
How can we save abused and mistreated animals? How can we save abused and mistreated animals?
Report it.
You heard that
we
shit.
We snitching over here.
Yeah.
That's it.
We snitching
You
over here.
heard that, right?
If they're being reported, and this is the thing. Now the only issue I have with that is a lot of people report dogs as abused and all these other things. The dog ain't being abused. You just don't know what you're talking about. You probably in somebody else's business, right? What do? You find out. If you're close enough to them, ask them about it. If you're not close enough to them, report it. The police will find out.
Yeah.
But we got to first find out, is what we looking at really what we looking at?
Exactly.
Right.
Okay.
Because a lot of times we don't report what we should report.
I agree. I agree.
Why you want to report on that? Not you, young lady. I ain't talking about you. I'm just talking about in general now.
Right. Right.
So find out if that's what the case is. If you're pretty sure that is, hey, you definitely need to report that. And don't report it as what you think it is. Just report a concern. Let them find out. Let them know what it looked like. But don't say, hey, they over there. You don't know that. You're going to get them folks locked up. And you're going to find out it wasn't true.
She said, I did, and they told me they don't deserve to eat.
Oh, praise God. We're going to turn them in.
I guess apparently somebody not feeding their dogs.
Right. Nah, seriously, though, yeah, you just kind of have to do what you got to do. You do what you feel led to do. I'm not trying to tell you one way or the other, to be honest with you. But if you do see a concern and it's on your heart to do something about it, hey, I'm not one to say don't do something about it.
Yeah.
Definitely. Because that dog doesn't deserve it. And again, like I said, people think that when they get a dog, the dog is now going to a better place than where they were. And more often than not, the dog was in a better place than he was before he came. That's how he got jacked up.
I agree. So did that answer your question, Shell?
So, one more time, where can they find you?
Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, the local news. We just did a Birmingham Waterworks commercial. 2 of my dogs did an entire Birmingham Waterworks commercial. Anywhere, Six Figure Dog Man, one word, you literally are going to find.
Telephone number.
205-718-9738. Give us a bark at any time. We're open 9 to 5, Monday through Saturday.
And that's any canine.
Any kind. If it's a dog, I can help. It don't matter age or none of that. All you do is plug somebody into a new governmental structure and they have to adjust.
Man, I appreciate it.
I appreciate you.
Man, I appreciate both.
Anytime. We appreciate you, man, for allowing us.
Yeah.
And know that we're here for you.
Thank you.
We're here for you. And that's
I am
open.
as well.
But the only thing that I ask and the only thing that I require, you have to be a part of Alabama Power Bully Connection. I don't deal with strangers.
For sure.
And, I don't apologize.
That's kingdom teaching now, boy. That's kingdom talk. I like that.
I don't deal with strangers.
Right.
And I don't mean any. Well, if you take it as disrespect, that's your problem. But I don't mean any disrespect.
Right.
But
and then wrong with that. All they got to do is not become a stranger.
Right.
Yeah.
That's simple.
So because
that's your rules.
the Alabama Power Bully Connection is a family. And it's individuals with like personalities, goals, dreams, and so forth. Right. So I can't allow anyone to come in that wants to do whatever unless they have to come through Bully Connection first, Alabama Power. So then that way everything is even kill. No one's coming in through the back door
Mhm.
because we automatically know that with your successes is always going to people looking over. I'm going to cut that out from the beginning. So, and plus people who know me, I don't have any tact. I don't apologize for what you get. What you get it.
I have to watch my delivery.
See,
I have to.
He's straight cut. No, what I'm saying? No change.
I'm gonna give it to you raw, but I have to keep it clean. You know?
That's anytime we're here for you.
Thank you.
So,
you.
we appreciate you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you allowing us to come in.
Good too.
Oh, you listen to Smash Bros Radio. Eyes on Smash Bros Radio. Know your value, know your worth. Know it's you that control everything about you. And know that, most importantly, I love you more than I love my luggage. I'll see you Friday. Friday, I see you. Y'all take care. The live stream on the show. The live stream. On the show. The live stream. The live stream on the show.